I drove up expecting a peaceful weekend apple pie, horseback riding, maybe a lazy afternoon under the oak trees. What I didn't expect was a shiny metal fence slapped across the entrance to my grandpa's ranch, a big red HOA sign nailed to it, like it was claiming victory in a war no one told us we were fighting. And there was Grandpa Harlan, arms crossed, facing down the queen of red blazers herself, Debbie Holbrook, clipboard in hand, looking like she just stepped out of an HOA boardroom fantasy. You know that feeling when your stomach drops before your brain catches up? Yeah, that. I damn near choked when I realized Debbie wasn't just visiting, she was taking over. She stormed out of her white SUV like a sheriff in a bad western and announced with that smug tone people use when they think they're smarter than you that Grandpa was trespassing on community property. She had a stack of papers to prove it, apparently. Grandpa didn't even flinch. "Ma'am, I've been using this path for 6 months, and it's smack in the middle of my land," he said, calm as ever, though I could see the fire behind his eyes. Debbie, of course, had a rebuttal. She waved her documents around like they meant something: survey maps, usage rights, some HOA mumbo-jumbo, and told him to sign a form transferring access back to the neighborhood. He glanced at it for maybe 3 seconds, then handed it back like it was a grocery receipt. "These aren't worth the paper they're printed on. But thanks anyway." And just like that, her face went red, not from sunburn, not from the heat, but from the slow creeping realization that she was dealing with someone who wasn't just going to roll over. Now here's the thing about Grandpa. He's a retired mechanical engineer, spent 40 years solving problems most people couldn't even understand. So when Debbie started throwing around threats of legal action, saying the neighborhood would not tolerate his disruption, I knew this was about to turn into something far more entertaining than a family weekend. 2 days later, I pulled back up to see Grandpa had built a toll booth. Yep, a legit hand-painted wooden toll booth right where the fence used to be, complete with a sign that said $5 per pass, exact change only. And the gate, oh man, it was mechanical, sensor-triggered, and fast. I laughed out loud. He had turned a blockade into a business model. Debbie showed up again, of course, full of fire and fumes. She tried to inch past without paying, and the gate snapped shut with a metallic clang that echoed down the block. When she backed up and tried again, the gate shut even faster. "This is extortion!" she shrieked. Grandpa just pointed at the survey papers, real ones verified by Ralph, our Mustang restoring neighbor, and said private property. "Unless you've got $5 or a better map, find another road." Word got around quick. Some neighbors grumbled. Others started paying the toll just for the satisfaction of watching Debbie stew. Ralph slapped a 5 on the counter and said, "Best $5 I've spent all week." Grandpa handed him a handwritten receipt, toll paid. Welcome to freedom. Then came the VIP club. $50 a month got you unlimited passage, a laminated card with the Boone Ranch logo, and what Grandpa jokingly called priority parking at community events. People signed up fast. April, a local jogger and amateur journalist, was one of the first. She said she was sick of Debbie's power trips and wanted to support someone who actually gave a damn about the neighborhood. But Debbie wasn't done. Within hours, she'd sent private security to remove Grandpa. 2 dudes in fake official uniforms showed up telling him to vacate the property. He didn't budge. "Show me a warrant, some ID, and proof of authority," he said from inside his toll booth. They had none. They left. Then came the fake legal threats. Letters from a bogus law firm accusing Grandpa of extortion, demanding he dismantle the toll booth in 72 hours. He held one up for the camera and laughed. "This is as real as Debbie's HOA crown," he said, then tore it to pieces. The video went viral overnight. April and I dug deeper. Turns out Debbie had been raising HOA fees for legal expenses and community improvement with no real record of where the money went. Dig a little more and you found her old job at a property management company ended over accounting irregularities. Translation, she'd been skimming. Meanwhile, Ralph's surveyor buddy confirmed that the disputed path wasn't HOA land. It was always part of the ranch. Debbie had lied with confidence, and most folks just assumed she knew what she was talking about. But now we had receipts. Grandpa printed flyers detailing everything: Debbie's job scandal, the fake letters, the illegal fence, and we passed them out house to house. Debbie was livid. But when she crashed her SUV into the gate trying to teach us a lesson, well, poetic justice. The gate held strong. Her hood didn't. And yes, I filmed the whole thing. Her rant, her blazer flapping in the wind, her meltdown about everything wrong with America. The video hit 200,000 views in a day. Even people who'd been neutral started changing sides. Still, Debbie tried one last trick in email claiming Grandpa was planning to sell to developers, that he'd turn the ranch into a mini mall. She sent a guy named Marcus around with fake documents to spread the lie. But Grandpa, being Grandpa, asked him for permits, environmental impact studies, business licenses, everything a real developer would carry. Marcus folded like cheap lawn furniture. We filmed that too. So Grandpa invited the whole neighborhood for an open house, showed them the stables he was building, the riding program for kids, his renovation plans. No mini mall, no fast food, just dreams and horses. By the time the meeting ended, Debbie's rumor campaign had officially blown up in her face. April and I did one last live stream, documented everything. The fake letters, the forged county notices, Marcus' invoice, Debbie's old employment records. When Debbie showed up midstream waving another batch of fake papers, one printed on the back of a grocery receipt, the audience hit 2,000 live viewers. Ralph even brought county documents proving the land belonged to Grandpa once and for all. Debbie cracked. Live. Right there in the driveway in front of the camera. Her last argument was drowned out by neighbors showing up in person, some with VIP passes, some with coffee for Grandpa, some just wanting to be part of the moment. That night, Grandpa opened the gate for free and declared it Transparency Day. 3 days later, Debbie resigned. Personal reasons, the letter said. But county sources told us she was under investigation for forged documents. The fence came down, kids started playing again, neighbors started talking again, and Grandpa, bless him, built a final monument, a beautifully carved wooden arch that said Walt's Gate, managed by Freedom. A jab, sure, but also a message. A reminder that authority only means something if it's earned. Sometimes all it takes is one stubborn old man, a toll booth, and a busted SUV to remind people what community is supposed to look like. And if you've ever faced an HOA tyrant or a neighbor drunk on authority, tell me in the comments, would you have paid the toll? Because after everything that happened, I know one thing for sure. Grandpa's not just managing his gate. He's lighting the damn way.